Hey guys, I have another video coming your way regarding selling repairs on broke cars. I was in the shower this morning, and like many people, I get some crazy thoughts in the shower, and my crazy thoughts are about putting together our procedure manual, and that's usually what I think about in the shower. The thought that I had is to divide up our procedure manual, which many of you have seen, into 3 portions. Portion 1 is getting more cars. Portion 2 is increasing the value of those cars. And portion 3 is to keep those cars coming back. So it's essentially getting more customers, getting them worth more, and have them coming back perpetually. And those are the 3 portions that I think pretty much every procedure we have in our procedure book can apply to one of those 3. I mean, if it doesn't, then a lot. And I guess the 4th could be the mindset portion of our procedure book. But so we're thinking about, like a procedure that we've been hitting very heavy on, which is saying yes. Phone scripts, the mentality of a yes shop, the mentality of the team when they believe in the yes concept. Those are all procedures that will increase your car count. The procedure that is the most valuable to me, in my opinion, when it comes to increasing average ticket is the belief that you should have 100% close ratio on broken cars. And I think that's something that's really not talked about. I've been in the coaching field for a while now, and I've been in, in many industry groups, talked to many shop owners, operators of all shapes and sizes, from the 30 grand a month to the $3 million a month guy. And I think really it's not something that we talk about, and it's this, that if a broken car comes to your shop, it cannot leave broken. It cannot leave broken. I mean, we're talking about a customer that got out of bed this morning, and they were basically saying that I'm going to get my car fixed today. They picked up the phone, they called around, maybe it's a return customer, maybe it's a new customer. It's irrelevant. The customer got out of bed to come see you to get their car fixed, and they left with a goose egg. They didn't want to buy anything from you. They came in with the intention, and you cannot argue that they didn't come in with the intention to buy. I think it's insane. I absolutely think it's insane when service advisors like, that guy didn't want to buy. Really? That girl didn't want to buy. Really? Do you think that people wake up to window shop auto shops? Like, you really believe that? Like, there's a portion of this population that likes to just go around and drop their car off for half a day, be without a car, skip out on work, skip out on going places, to just give you their car so they can just say, you know what? No, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to give you any money. I was just playing. Just think about how asinine that is, right? It's absolutely inconceivable to believe that. It's a complete excuse for the fact that you screwed up somewhere with that customer, that they were 100% in on giving you their car and giving you their money and getting them fixed, and then you messed it up to the point where they're just like, you know what? I'm not coming back. And that's really what happens, is if they don't buy on a broken car from you, we've done the math, if you get a 0 on a first-time customer that is in with a broken car, you're not going to have that customer back in your shop. And if you don't believe me, go study your reports. Go study your customer retention. Your new customer retention, if it's low, it's because you're getting goose eggs. Statistically speaking, if a customer buys from you, they're going to come back. Right? It's like you go out on a date. If they have a good date, they come back. If they have a terrible date, they're not coming back to you. You cannot mess up that first date. You cannot mess up the fact that you took this person out to dinner. They came in with a broken car. You did not close. Why didn't you close? You should not blame the customer, please. You weren't fast enough. You pitched the wrong item. It was too big of a ticket. They didn't prep them properly enough. You didn't write up the customer properly. You didn't build rapport. You didn't ask the right questions. You didn't find out what their real concern was. You didn't attack that pain point. They were not happy. They didn't trust that you were competent. They didn't trust that maybe you were too fast. Maybe they felt like you were being a little sleazy because you were too fast. I'm not saying you are sleazy. I'm saying you perceived as sleazy. You were perceived as somebody that does not appear trustworthy because you were overwhelmed and you appeared in such a way the customer thought that you were trying to rip them off. I mean, seriously, this happens all the time. You may just be in a busy day and you just, go, and the customer feels that you don't give a crap. They don't know if you're overwhelmed. They don't know you're understaffed. They don't know that you're untrained. They don't know that you don't know what to do when there's too much chaos, right? You didn't train your team properly. You didn't train yourself properly. And then you blame the freaking customer for not buying your Service. Well, that's a bad customer. Okay, you know where that car is going to go? That guy that said they don't have any money? The guy that said he's not keeping the car? The girl that said that, oh, I'm going to wait on this repair? And even you're like, Mr. Customer, Miss Customer, your brakes are grinding. You cannot wait on this. Oh, it's okay. I'll come back next month. You know where that car is going to go? It's not going to go home. It's not going to the dealership to get traded in. It's not sitting. They're not driving it. It's going to go right from your bay into your competitor's bay, who gave them what they were looking for, who said yes, who were fast, who built rapport, who did have a good write-up procedure, who sent them photos, who sent them motive visuals, who sent them. They sat down on the phone and they prepared their tickets and they got that freaking yes. But not even did they get the yes, they kept the customer from you forever. And they're going to eat your lunch every single time. This is a game where sales matters, where salesmanship matters. And a salesmanship is all about overcoming objections. And the best way to overcome an objection is to never have one. And to never have an objection, you have to be prepared. You have to understand the game. You have to understand what it takes to overcome objections. You have to be able to see objections from a mile away. Because why? Because all objections are bullshit. There's no such thing as objections that are real. If a customer comes in with a broken car and then they tell you they don't want to fix it, how's that real? That's not real. They're telling you that because they're not want to tell you the truth. People are nice. What they really should say is you suck. You were too slow. You were too mean. They're not going to say that to you. Instead, they're just going to take the easy route and tell you, you know what? I don't have any money. I don't have any time. Right? I don't have money, I don't have time. What are the other common ones? Right? I'm going to trade the car in. Right? These are all lies. They have money because they wouldn't have come to your shop. Your shop's too nice to, 4.8 star Google reviews and a main drag. They know it's not going to be cheap. Nothing about your shop should say you're cheap. So if I have money is too much. Come on, man. They had money. They knew what's up. They saw you online. They're willing to pay. I don't have any time. Okay, really? You dropped off your car for 2 hours and then I tell you it's a 30-minute fix and you don't have time all of a sudden? Well, yeah, maybe because you took too long, right? I'm going to trade the car in? Then why did you bring it in? If you should have gone straight to the dealer. It's a $500 repair. Unless you're pitching $4,000, right? Right out of the gate. Right? So, I mean, they're all bullshit. Everything is about salesmanship. If you can't overcome objections, please put the phone down and give it to someone who is interested in that. Because the definition of sales is overcoming objections. Of course you have objections. That's my job. My job is to convince you why your objections are bullshit. And then, really importantly, I need to get beyond the objections to the real problem. What is the real problem? Why are you actually saying no? Guys, this is also very true for your team. Right? When somebody is not bought in, they're not going to tell you the real problem. Boss, you're just a jerk. No one's going to tell you that. Boss, you're just indisciplined. Boss, I hate when you pull up in your new freaking Corvette and you pay us like crap, right? Like, nobody's going to tell you that. Nobody's job is to fix your business. It's your freaking job to fix your business. It's your job to tell yourself the truth. Everybody else is just going to tell you the lie, because that's just how life works. So anyway, let me wrap this up. You should have 100% close ratio on broken cars, because broken cars come to your shop and they should not leave as broken cars. That is the problem in our industry, that we blame the customer. You should have 100% close ratio. If you do the systems that we're teaching, you should have 100% close ratio. And if you don't, well, you should just follow through the process and we'll follow back up. I'm tired of seeing zero tickets to the broken cars. It's an absolute, it's shameful. I'm sorry. It's extremely shameful for our teams and anyone else's teams to have great shops. We did all this marketing. We did the phone training. We did a perfect write-up. The customer came in. You did all this work. You hired the people, bought the equipment, renovated the shop, built the website, did all that. The customer's in the door. We got all them in, and then now you call and you just got a no. And you just wasted all of that because the customer is never coming back to you. That customer, you lost because you didn't know how to close them. So I want you to understand, if a broken car comes into your shop, it has to leave fixed. Mr. Customer, why can't I fix your car? Let me just tell you right now, I feel, and then you pass it on. I say that, I'm the owner. Where did my guy screw up? Can you just tell me the truth so I can actually fix my business? I'm so sorry, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed that we didn't impress you enough for you to say yes to me. Is it really the price, Mr. Customer? Oh yeah, I can find it cheaper on Amazon. Well, okay, let's talk about that. Amazon isn't the same as what we're doing, right? And that's an objection that's so easily overcome. I mean, Amazon parts are cheap, blah, blah, blah. Even if you get the same brand, okay, I can match the brand. What about the labor warranty? What about this? What about that? You know, right? Who's going to stand behind it when you have to wait 3 more days the next time your part goes bad? It can go on, right? It's all about salesmanship, and you should know this because 95% of customer objections are the same. You're not going to get different objections every single time. If you sell repairs to 100 people and 95 of them have objections, they're all going to be probably out of 1 or 5 objections, right? That 5%, you may have a crazy thing, and to be truthful, I don't care if you close them. So maybe you should have a 95% close ratio on broken cars. It's still a hell of a lot better than 40, 50%. 18%, 30%, come on. I hope that helps, guys. Think about it. 100% close ratio on broken cars.